Well, hello and welcome to this week's vlog. Hope you guys are well. This week I'm back in the Peak District. I'm in Derbyshire again, and I'm at a place called Monsal Head, and more than that, I'm actually at Monsal Head Weir, or possibly Monsal Dale Weir. I'm not quite sure. Lovely walk down, to be honest, to get to here, but the trouble is a lovely walk down means it's going to be a punishing walk back. But I'm here because I want to take a photo of this weir here. See, I rhymed that. I also want to go back up to the viaduct, maybe get a shot of the viaduct, maybe also get a shot of the Monsal Head tunnel, which is part of the Monsal Trail. It's an old railway tunnel, and it's now used as a cycleway and footpath that leads all the way from, I think, Bakewell, which is where we are, pretty much over to, well, somewhere else, which I'll put down here because I'm not quite sure. But yeah, it's a lovely place, and the old tunnel's all lit up, and you got like a row of lights leading off around the bends. It looks really nice. But what I'm going to focus on first is this fantastic waterfall here behind me. Sorry about the sun, which is going to be a pain in the arse actually, the sun. But yeah, it was a bit sketchy coming down because the gate's actually closed, and I think to stop people coming across the top of the weir, they've shut it all off because it looks like, well, clearly the structure here is not safe. So to stop people walking across the top of the weir, they've closed the gate. But if you walk a bit further along, there's sort of not a gap in the fence, but the fence is lowered. So you can just sort of walk over that and then walk down here, and it's perfectly safe, not causing anybody any harm at all. And yeah, get some nice shots of the weir. So that's the plan. I'm going to get my camera set up. I'm going to see what I can do. It's quite tricky down here actually, because it's so bright that there's so much reflection. It's actually quite hard to see what you're taking an image of. But what I've done is I've come round to here, and I've got this, basically I've got this pool here in the front on the left hand side of the weir, and it's given hopefully some nice reflections, or at the very least a little bit of foreground interest with this rock right in the very bottom of the image. And I've lost my 6-stop. I don't know where my 6-stop ND filter's gone, so I've had to go with a 10-stop unfortunately instead. But what I've done is I've just bumped the ISO up to 400, which has brought the shutter time down to about 3.5 seconds. And what I want to do is just flatten out this water here at the very front, and also just smooth out the water on the weir, so it looks quite nice. We'll see how that looks. I think I'll take another couple from around here, and then I might pop back further up because there's a bridge there, and it might look quite a nice long shot up to the bridge. I'll tell you what as well though I'm really gutted about is that there's loads of wildlife around, and I've left my big lens in the car. I thought, no, I won't need it, and there's actually quite a lot of real nice wildlife around, but you know, never mind. We'll see how this turns out, and yeah, we'll move on to the next. So actually what I'm doing now is I'm focusing in on these rocks here. There's a really nice group of mossy rocks that are right in the middle of the river, and you've got the waterfall, or the weir, with the water falling off it as a backdrop, and I think it looks really nice. Now, I might take the 10-stop off and try and just drop the ISO down to as low as I can get it, to try and get a slightly faster shutter speed. because whatever it is I'm shooting at, 3.2 seconds I think, might be a fraction too long in some instances. I'm a bit stuffed really when it comes to doing what I've already done. I think I'll leave that as it is. But for this one, I might try just a slightly faster shutter speed, just to give the water a little bit more texture. Also, I should point out that there's a couple of people here now who are fixing or doing some work on the structure, and they've, you know, given me the thumbs up, so I'm perfectly fine being here. Before anyone writes in and says anything about, you know, oh, you shouldn't be going down there, you're giving a bad example, I've got the thumbs up, so we're all good. So firstly, what a gorgeous spot this is. Just in terms of just somewhere to come, it's so peaceful. I mean, the weir's loud, but before you get to the weir, and now there's still a little bit of noise, but before you get to the weir, it was so beautifully quiet. It was just lovely. I was actually just talking to the guy who's fixing the bridge, or whatever it is up there, the structure that's next to the weir. And he was saying that literally they're just finishing off the pointing on it, and it'll be open by the end of the week. So if you want to come down and you want to get access to the weir, he actually asked me if I wanted to go on top and take some shots, because he said it's perfectly safe now, it's all fixed up and they're just finishing it off. But I was like, no, I'm all right actually, because I think I got the shots I wanted down there. But yeah, this place just in general, it's just lovely. What a beautiful, quiet, idyllic little spot. Right now, I mean, apart from the people doing the work, I'm the only one here. I've seen one guy walking his dog, and I saw one woman in the car park, which I hope I'll be all right with actually, because I haven't paid for my ticket, because neither of the ticket machines were working. But I didn't have a pen to write down anywhere that neither of the ticket machines are working, so I'm kind of hoping that I don't get a ticket. But if I do, I'll just fight it anyway. But yeah, it's gorgeous. Another thing I wanted to say, a couple of more things actually while we're here. I had all this lovely drone footage planned for you today. I bought myself a new drone. I've got the Mavic Mini, and I was thinking, oh, you know, reveal shots over the weir and all sorts of dolly shots and overhead shots and crane shots and jib shots. That's going to be brilliant. Switched it on. No, I haven't flown it yet, to be fair. Switched it on, no GPS signal. So it won't hover. It will fly, but it won't hover. So I'm kind of, yeah, bit reluctant to mess about with that really. So unfortunately no drone shot till I can get that sorted out. And the other thing, the last thing I wanted to say before we get round to this shot, which I'm going to tackle, is this jumper. This jumper, I'm afraid it's on its last legs. I'm sad to say. If you can see that there, it's got is it that one? Yeah, big hole there. I've got some stuff down it, silicone or some sort of sealant when I was sorting out the bathroom. Oh, I love it. I don't want to, it's one of those, you know, you get a really nice comfortable jumper and you're like, I really don't want to let it go, but I'm afraid it's kind of on its way out. So you might not be seeing much more of this jumper, unfortunately. So there you go. Anyway, onto this shot. So I've come further down here now, and I'm taking a shot from the bank side. But the problem is it's so bright. You see, today I did look at the forecast. Forecast said it was going to be cloudy. So I thought, cloudy, good, waterfall, okay, no harsh, no strong light. nice soft diffuse light, no strong highlights, not a cloud in the sky. So it's the highlights are really bright. They're literally just bouncing off the water, bouncing off the weir, bouncing off of everything. I'm shooting directly into the sun's sort of up there, and I'm shooting that way. It's just a nightmare, to be quite honest with you. But I've got to try, you know. I might get this one home and go, well, because dynamic range is just way off the charts, the highlights are too bright and what have you. But if I don't take the shot, I'll never know. So, and it's quite a nice little view, so I will take it, but I'm not holding out too much hope that it's going to be all right, simply because it's such harsh light. But we'll see. So I'm actually in the Monsal Head tunnel now, the old rail tunnel. Now I've come from the river up over the viaduct. I did think about taking some shots on the viaduct, but there's a couple of big whacking great vans there, and they're doing some work on it. So I thought I'd just leave that. So I wandered over here now, and this is right up my street, this sort of thing. But actually I'm finding it quite difficult to get this composition right, because at too wide an angle, you kind of lose the effect, I think, of the bend and the lights, which is what this is really all about. It's about the lights and then sort of hitting the sides. But if you push in too far, then obviously you're losing a lot of the detail. So it's kind of a guessing game as to which is which. So I'm going to have a little play, try and come up with the best shot. I might come a bit further down and shoot upwards. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to have a look, see what I can work out, and yeah, I shall show you the results. So I've made the short but lung-bustingly steep ascent back up to Monsal Head and to the car park. I'm actually sitting in the beer garden of the Monsal Head Hotel. I'm the only one here. Checked in on my COVID app, and as we speak I'm having I think, well, actually it's a bit rough, this drink, I'm not sure what it is. It's supposed to be a Diet Coke or Coke Zero, but it tastes sort of like, I don't know, Diet Chemical. It's a bit odd, but you know, I'll drink it anyway, because I'm bloody thirsty. Hope you enjoyed the vlog this week anyway. It's a nice little place actually, Monsal Weir. It's busy now. The Monsal Trail is busy, there's a lot of people on it. But down by the weir and down by the river was lovely and quiet, really nice. I mean, I did get here quite early, sort of 8 o'clock-ish. I was the only, I think there was one other in the car park. Come back, no ticket, still can't pay. I've tried to give you money, whoever you are. Derbyshire Council or whatever. I've tried to give you money, but none of your machines are working, so I'm going to enjoy the rest of this drink, and I'm going to head off somewhere else. But you know, I'm going to say thanks very much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed this week, and goodbye. forgot to do that. Sorry.